My name is Steve Berger, and I farm with my family in southeast Iowa in Washington County, and we have a corn and soybean operation, and also about 15,000 head of finished pigs. The one thing they say about our farm is we have a conservation ethic. It's something that my dad started back in the 1960s when he went away from the plow and started using the chisel plow, and he was real innovative and starting no-till in the late 1970s, and it just kind of built on it. And so you begin no-tilling first and then you follow it up with cover crops, which I think make a perfect system. And in the no-till corn bean rotation, we weren't gaining organic matter, so we needed the cover crops. We're getting heavier rains these days, more frequent rains, and we just find wherever we have cereal rye seeded behind corn and beans every year that we just stop our erosion. The soil aggregates get much better. We get more stable, resilient soil. We don't get near the erosion we did even in no-till. And so we think in a corn bean rotation, cereal rye behind each crop, and then adding manure from our hog operation, we can increase organic matter slowly, maybe 0.1% a year. We produce crops because of the soil, and if we don't degrade the soil and we build it up, that should help us have better crops. So I'm in it for kind of a selfish reason, because I know that as we increase organic matter slowly, that'll also boost our corn yields. I think we can say that our corn yields are probably starting to increase slightly. I think soybeans for sure, our yields are increasing because of the no-till cover crops. We just finished hauling our last bit of corn into town yesterday, and so we weighed out on the farm 246 bushels an acre on corn and 72 bushels last year on soybeans. And so we're tracking about 25% above the county average on yields and about 15% on soybean yields. We want to grow cover crops and we want to grow good corn and soybean yields, and it's hard to do. And so it's important to have these meetings that farmers can kind of sit down and just discuss problems that they can make changes in their operation rather quickly. Farmers kind of struggle with it. You just don't go from an intensive tillage operation to a cover crop without experiencing some challenges. And that's a lot of times why farmers don't adopt no-till and cover crops, because there are yield reductions if we don't handle those, like those 4 areas, of just watching nitrogen management, getting your planter set right, insects, and then just the time factor it takes, the patience it takes to adopt. It's a system, and we need to talk about that, and these peer groups, I think, are the best way to do it. The goal is, we're trying to reduce our nutrient load, we're trying to reduce the nitrogen and phosphorus in the streams, and farmers are always focused on production. They want to raise more and produce more, and so we think we can marry those two ideas of conservation and crop production, and the Soil Health Partnership is a perfect group to do this.